Time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm about to motorboat this poor girl right here. I don't know. What can I say?
Trucker John live stream's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk.
Dear Ted, the girls and I are having a great time in Cancun. In fact, we've decided to never come back. So, you can go fuck yourself. Yours truly, Heidi. Oh, P.S. I still hate you for not defending me when Donald Trump said I was ugly. Oh, did I say go fuck yourself? Oh yeah, go fuck yourself.
He's headed south, not even sure what that means. But if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. I'm sure to see.
JP, right? J.D. Mandel.
J.D. Vance, in his own words.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. As somebody who doesn't like Trump, I might have to hold my nose and vote for Hillary Clinton. I didn't vote for Trump because I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious, him being really outrageous and offensive.
On Twitter, Vance called Trump, quote, reprehensible, an idiot, and Vance loves Mitt Romney.
I'm a never Trump guy.
That's the real J.D. Vance.
And upon taking office, I will impose an immediate moratorium on all new spending grants and giveaways under the Joe Biden mammoth socialist bills like the so-called Inflation Reduction Act. We're going to save all that money. It's not helping you at all. It's not doing a thing for you. It's just...
A lot from our constituents on different issues, but something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files. These files were released, and like Donald Trump's sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein. He's taken multiple plane flights with Epstein, with young girls on board. He is on call logs with Epstein. One of the highest trending hashtags on Twitter right now is about Trump and Epstein. I'm not going to repeat the hashtag because we're in a dignified setting. But yeah, y'all might want to look at that because that's highly disturbing. And again, it shows that Donald Trump is unfit for office. And by the way, he was convicted in a civilian court for sexual assault, convicted in a separate court of 34 felonies. Donald Trump should drop out of the race.
Project 2025 is the published roadmap for Republicans if they win the 2024 election. Thing 2, women's rights. They will abolish no-fault divorce, ban all abortions with no exceptions, ban all contraceptives. Yes, you heard me. This is an attempt to control women into living in some Christo-fascist Stepford Wives version of reality. It's a blatant attempt to regulate women back to second-class citizens, without autonomy over their bodies or their lives. We cannot let this stand. Vote for Democrats.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right, the mic is on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 11:10. I don't know why the iPad is a minute behind. It's not supposed to work that way. Anyhow, it's 11:10 a.m. in the Pacific time zone, and it is already 101 degrees. We're supposed to get to 110 today. Here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, I do live here. Hey, thanks for everybody for being here. We got Andrew Petrie was here, and MJ Daniel. They were here really early. I don't know if they're still here or not, but they posted like 2 or 3 hours ago. So anyhow, I'll say hi to you guys. David Windler's here. There is no ear hole, only a hole. Edward Everett is here. Good to see Edward. Don't know if I've seen Edward before or not, so welcome. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button if you would. That would be great. Shannon's Tigri is here. Good morning. Tim Nelson is here, one of our Tims. Good to see Tim here. Fancy, never fear, Fancy is here. Fancy says, hi everyone, listening while I work, have fun. William is here. Hey TJ and everyone else. Good to see William. Deborah Murphy, hello, hello, hello. And Jolie. Jolie's here. Everyone, hello everyone. Hi, and in the pool today. All right, sounds like a good time. Sounds like good times by the pool. High times by the pool. All right, Jolie, you have a good time out there. So anyhow, let's see what's going on. What's going on with the world? We had the RNC. Boy, oh boy, was that a fucking... to tell the truth, I didn't watch it live. I watched about an AP put out like a 3.5 minute sort of thing here. Sorry about that. Got something going on here. A little sort of I don't know if you call it highlights or whatever of the Trump speech, acceptance speech, and that was all I watched. And then yesterday, I watched Hal's breakdown of it, where Hal did he did 2 hour and 45 minute show, and there was still like an hour to go of Trump's speech. Look, people, I know we're all afraid. I mean, I know we're all worried because we cannot forget what happened in 2016, and we cannot get overconfident. We cannot just think, oh, you know, how could Trump win? Because that's what I was thinking in 2016. It's like, there's no way Trump's gonna win. This guy's a fucking moron. There's no way. But with Russia's help, with Fox News's help, you know, and the media in general, giving Trump all this fucking billions of dollars worth of free publicity, he fucking won. But having said all that, I mean, even his own supporters there at the RNC couldn't stay awake during that fucking snooze fest of a fucking rambling, incoherent speech. I mean, they're falling asleep, right? I'm trying to fix this a little bit here. I don't know if I did. I think I may have made it worse. All right. Let's see. It was just a real shit show, right? And Donald Trump, his whole campaign is a fucking shit show. I mean, come on, man. It's a shit show. So, I know, I just can't wait for November to get here. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for Biden, and I'm going to vote blue all down the ticket. And I can't wait. Greg Giles is here. Greg says, Trump said he rose from the stage. He was lifted. Oh, yeah, when he caught some teleprompter glass. He did not get shot. He you know, he even said that he was shot. He wasn't shot. He caught some glass from the teleprompter. So he should not ever put down teleprompters again. Teleprompter probably saved his life. Wes Webb is here. Wes says 112 in Rockford, ill. All right then, Wes Webb, thanks for that. Wes says the windows are open and the birds are singing. Yay! Greg Giles, Morning Joe helped him. Yeah, they were all sort of complicit, right? In the 2016. Let's see, David Windler. Did I say hi to David Windler? Well, if I didn't say hi, I'm saying hi again. Hello. Robert Reynolds is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, afternoon. To everybody. Everybody. Wes Webb, I see you all the time, Jolie. I come in as Mr. WW to see if I am reincarnated. Oh boy, you really fooled us with that. We didn't know that Mr. WW was you, Wes. You're so sneaky. I would have never guessed that one. Roxanne Arfield's here. Hello, Roxanne. Roxanne. Thanks for being here. Roxanne, you better vote for the blue. I don't know. Whatever. That was a bit of a stretch. But yeah, let's see this. So look at this here. I got something for you. I got a little something for you. Well, let's see. What's this one here? This one here is, so they wouldn't wear a mask because it makes them look stupid, but they're wearing maxi pads on their ear, you know. Not a cult. Trump, I think Trump said, you know what? My ear is pretty much healed. It doesn't even look like anything. It doesn't even look like anything happened. I better put this big ass fucking pad on my ear, just to make sure everyone remembers that I got a boo boo here. I got a boo boo. Yeah, that mean man with that. And did you hear the speech? He almost sounded like a 5-year-old when he was going, "I was shot, and then the mean man with the gun pointed the gun, and I got the boo boo." That's what he sounded like to me when he was talking about it at his acceptance speech. He sounded like a little fucking 5-year-old. And I don't mean to, anything against 5-year-olds, but when you're a 78-year-old, you shouldn't sound like a fucking 5-year-old. Yeah, I got shot. Look, I got boo boo. Fuck you, Trump. You fucking pussy. And then he gets up, fight. Fuck you. God, he's such a fucking fake, fucking phony motherfucker. Hey, Jupiter Judy's here. Afternoon, morning, depending on where you live. Yep, that does depend on where you live. But welcome, Walter Makarovich. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Trucker John, and to all the best Truckers Lounge in the USA. It is the best Truckers Lounge. It's all virtual, though. Greg Giles, he raided Melania's bathroom. Yeah, I did have that one previous. Let's see, do I still have it somewhere around? It's kind of a funny one. Oh yeah. Well, that's I put that as a title card, but yeah. Well, yeah. So your wife's missing a max pad. Yeah, that was the title card. So we'll put that there too. Wes Webb, did he say that? Yeah, he said that's what he sounded like. If you listen to it, he sounded like a little 5-year-old going, "Oh, it was such a bad thing, and what the bad man did to me, and he got me into the boo-boos right here in my ear." It's like, fuck you, Trump. Let's see. Jupiter Judy, Israel just hit Yemen. Wow, Israel's just going for it. They're just fucking going for it. Jolie says, Wes, I haven't seen you in John's as Mr. WW. I've seen you at Hal's with that name, but not here. PB is here. PB says, guess Trump was out golfing the next day. No bandage. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly, PB. He was out there. We all saw him with no fucking bandage. Now all of a sudden you need a bandage for the RNC. Because you're going to make goddamn sure everyone knows you got a little boo-boo. You got a little boo-boo on your little ear. Walter Markovich, I'm still waiting for that medical report. Will I ever see it? No. No, they'll bury it. They'll keep it from being released. Because Donald Trump doesn't want us to see that it probably says that these injuries are consistent with glass. It probably doesn't say anything about a bullet grazing him. And he couldn't convince the doctors to lie on it, apparently. According to Wes Webb, Republican congressman on NPR this morning said that they will get the full medical report on the aftermath of the shooting. It doesn't really matter, though. It really doesn't matter. We saw what happened. You know. Yeah, a guy took a pot shot at him and missed. He killed an innocent bystander, shot a couple other people, almost killed them. So what? I mean, not so what, like those people were killed, or the fire van was killed and other people were shot. That's pretty awful. But basically this is Republican on Republican crime. Those Republicans, man, they're out of control. They're just shooting each other. Probably the Secret Service snipers that shot him were probably Republicans. So this really is Republicans on Republicans shooting each other. It's not my problem, man. It's not my problem. That's your problem, Trump. It's your problem, Republicans. It's your problem, MAGA. I don't give a fuck. James Williams is here. Good afternoon, everyone, says James. Good to see you. What you guys up to? We're just sort of rehashing the Trump events. It's been a whole week. 1 week ago today, it was right after I finished last week's show that all this happened. I mean, almost immediately at the end of my show, it had just happened, and I went on some news of CNN or something. I don't know. And I saw, they showed a replay of it, but it had just happened within probably a minute or two of the actual thing happening. But I watched it, and my first reaction, I think I talked about this in earlier shows. Maybe I shouldn't rehash this, I don't know, but I did. But this is the 1 week anniversary, so. But I remember my first reaction, and I kind of hate to say this because I hate to, lend any credence to this theory, but my first reaction was, oh, that's so set up, that's so fake, right? But within about 30 seconds of that, they started reporting that the shooter was dead and that an attendee was dead. They were already saying that attendee was dead and that two others were critically injured. So I was like, oh no, this is real. Okay, guys, sorry, it's fucking real. I mean, it was real. I mean, but when I say when I say I thought it was a setup, I thought that Trump just kind of like fell to the ground, grabbed his ear, and used one of those wrestling tricks where they, because in wrestling they always have little things on their hands and they cut their foreheads to make, because foreheads really bleed a lot, for that visual. And I just, that's what it kind of looked like. It looked like Trump just went down on the ground, and then he comes up and he's got blood on his ear, and but people died, and then as you watch the video, you hear the bullets, all the gunshots and everything. So it was real. It wasn't staged. I don't believe it was not staged. It was for real. It was real Republican on Republican crime. And what I gotta say is let them fight it out. Because I don't really give a fuck what they do to each other. If the Republicans want to kill each other, let them kill each other. Why get in the way of that? We'll just stand back and let them destroy each other. Barney Thompson says Trump has new merch, a mug with glorious fist pumping. Yeah, I've heard all about that. It probably won't sell it many more than the other golden tennis shoes sold. I don't think those hardly are sold, so. James Williams says Trump's new grip to appeal to the suburban women, maxi pads with a picture of them. He's not going to get the women vote. I mean, there's going to be women that vote for him, but Rovember is going to fucking roar. Jupiter Judy says that Trucker John, we all thought that, and we know Donald likes to hype up anything. Hey, CN is here. Good to see CN. Hi, TJ and everybody in the chat. Hello back at you. Out there in the Netherlands, I believe. You think aren't you in the Netherlands? Thanks for watching us from way far away. Barney Thompson, Wes, we don't need to know about you at Kinks. Yeah, we don't need to know your kinks, man. I guess Wes is having a barbecue with friends. That sounds like fun. I like backyard barbecues. Hey, Big Hook is here. Big Hook says 26 now, but getting up to 30 most likely. Man, that sounds like cold. That sounds really frigid. That's like below freezing. Let's see here. Just going down to the chat here. Alvin Stoobs in the chat. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge, Alvin. Good to see you. Robert Perez says, howdy, Johnny, and all you trucklers, stay cool. You too, Robert Perez. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us as we just chill out a little bit. We try to chill out. Like I said, it's going to get to 110 here in Vegas today. But that's July. It's to be expected. Wes Webb, go take a shower, man. You stink. Nick Rich says, is John on all messages? I am. Nick Rich, 56. If I skip you, I skip you. Don't take it personally. I'm not going to read every single chat. Okay, guys? I'm not going to read every single good afternoon and hello. I'm sorry. Greg Giles is here. 13C in wet here. All right, Greg Giles. Thanks for checking in. Just stay dry. And hopefully not get too cold. Too damp. James Williams here says, my wife just returned from a convention in Vegas. She can't imagine how people, waiting for the rest of that, probably something to do with the heat, I guess. How people can live in the heat. Wes Webb, I think he is reading everything. Oh, pretty much, but not everything. I'm going to skip, guys. And if I skip, don't take it personally. It's just I can't read every single post. Big Hook says, send Trump your used maxi pad so he knows who is going to vote him out. That's disgusting, though. But do it. That's the whole point, I guess. Bonnie Thompson, meanwhile, in Europe, Taylor Swift is crushing it. As she does, as she is wont to do. That's what she does. She just crushes it. Nick Rich, hello, Purple Beard Guy, too soon. I don't even know if Purple Beard Guy is up yet. Or around. Cian says, went to see the news on Sheila because of the busy day and the live with House, so that is why I'm later. Are you talking about Sheila Jackson Lee? Passed away, right? Rest in peace to the Congress lady. West Webb, don't we love MaxiPad jokes? Not particularly. Alvin Stu, can't hear you, Wes. West Webb, I wish I could enjoy her more. Taylor was not designed for me. I can watch her with the sound off. Wes, you just sound like an old fuck. Taylor Swift is exceptional. Great talent. She's a great pop star. The problem with you is you don't like pop music. She's a great pop star. Don O'Leary is here. Good to see Don. Thanks for being here. At West Web Dam, my daughter's walk-in closet leopard print carpet toast from Rain. Yeah, I got the figured out. Nick Rich, only guys think that feminine stuff is funny. I don't know, man. I mean, I think the thing about, sir, your wife was missing a MaxiPad, I think that's funny. But that's about as far as I'm going to go. All right? And I think the picture with showing all the people wearing on their ears, it's just funny because it just shows what a little cult they are. They're just little lemmings. You know? I sold a Zen. How much you give for it? No. Is here. Thanks for being here. At West Web, I hate them. Jupiter Judy, a big hook health hazard. Well, that's the point. Send Trump. Send those to Trump. Let him deal with it. But it's a joke. It's just a joke. No one's going to be sending those to Trump. All right. It's just a joke. You know. Speaking of, you guys want to get grossed out? I said I was going to post this to Diane Russell, the mod for Randy Rhoads, but she's not here. I thought she'd be here because she wanted to see this. Maybe she'll watch the replay. If you guys want to see something gross, here you go. You might want to avert your eyes.
You look when he was VP to now. 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 You look when he was VP to.
That's Kimberly Guilfoyle at the RNC scratching her crotch, apparently. You stay classy. I mean, you know, if you gotta itch it, if you gotta scratch it. If you gotta itch, you gotta scratch it. I would just be very wary of being on camera when I did it. If I were scratching my kitty, I'd be very careful about all the cameras that are around. I might go into some private area to take care of that. Westwood trying to salvage carpet, seems to be getting dry. Oh, so yeah, I saw a picture you posted. Did your room get flooded or something? I don't even know what's going on with you, but hopefully it's drying out. Hopefully it's drying out, just like Kimberly's kitty. Big Hook, Wes, have you considered changing your name to Thomas? Then your avatar name could be Doubting Thomas. PB Jackson Lee, rest in peace. Can't afford to lose those human rights defenders. Rest in peace, dear lady. Yes. Nunt, grab him by the nussy neck. Yeah, is here. Thanks for being here. Classy, yeah, classy. That was Kimberly Guilfoyle. Had to take care of some business right there on national TV. Westwood, I don't like jokes about generals in general. Some of you understand. Well, you know, so it's a touchy subject with you, Wes. I understand. I understand. I've heard you talk about it before, and we don't need to rehash. Janelle Walker's here. Janelle says, I heard Tony had that on also. West Webb, turn your back. Bonnie Thompson, that girl is a freak. She's a freak. Alvin Stoops, something jumped off of Trump. Yeah, that's what happens when you get too close to Trump. They say those things jump with like 10 feet, so, you know. Tawada 106, well, she did go into a private area. Nut Nunded, grab him by the nussy, he says, Newsom escaped that mess. Yeah, he really dodged the bullet there, didn't he? Got out of that train wreck. Donald Leary says, Wes Webb, regarding Taylor Swift, you can have your views, but singing in the car with your daughter before she got too old to hang out with mom, I will take it. She did have some good songs, you old man. Laughing out loud. I'm hearing volume. Are you guys getting any feedback or anything like that? I don't know. MJ Daniel, itching your junk is only allowed in baseball. Yeah, what does she think she is? Nolan Ryan or something? 56, Nick Rich says, if we still walked around naked, then we'd all be aware of physical problems and others that we could assist. Oh, you want to assist? Alrighty then. Let's see. PB, MJ Daniel, 11 out, watched a lot of baseball with my dad and brother. West Webb, I think so too, Rich. Maybe understand that all men are not created equal. Ain't that the truth? Boy, ain't that the truth. Here's, I don't know how to say your name, Bleeder Muskage. You got no avocado balls. That is true. West Webb, I do understand stuff like that, Don. I was a music teacher, nothing better than the kids telling you that their moms knew that song. Just because you're a music teacher doesn't mean you have good taste in music. Anyhow, Mish is here. Hey, good to see Mish. Thanks for joining us. I'm hearing a replay on my phone, and it's not supposed to do that. Hopefully everything's going through okay. MJ Daniel, I was swimming. It was cold. Uh-huh. But it's true. It's true. It's true that it happens. Shrinkage happens in cold water. Wes Webb, laugh it out loud. Yes, it does. Laugh it out loud. Educated taste. You have terrible taste in music, Wes. OJ Do, Trump and the White Hats got them all. 450,000 sealed indictments and the Pacer federal system prepare for the EBS. Hey, OG Do, good to see you, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen you before, so thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Cian says, forgot and liked. You forgot? How could you forget? How could you possibly forget, man? How could you possibly forget. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, so let's see. Is there anything else on here? Basically, I kind of made a little screenshot video, and I'll get some more later on this. But I'm always wondering about people are saying what are the accomplishments of Joe Biden and all that kind of stuff. And so here's just a preliminary thing. I'll get a better list maybe, but here's a little thing here.
And great again.
But instead, it's about abject racism towards people allegedly coming over the border.
In an age when our politics too often divide us, now is the time to remember that we are all fellow citizens. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's straight off of Wikipedia, so I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Yeah, liberty and justice for all is very somber. That's why you stand like this. What's that? Can anybody tell me? What's this? What is this?
All right, so let me see here. I had an interesting rider on Uber the other night. When I picked her up, and she was probably, I don't know, in her 50s or something. Late 50s maybe, I don't know. Not that really matters, but just trying to describe the person. White female, late 50s. She gets into my car. I drive a Tesla Model 3. And so she gets in the car. She seems nice. She seems friendly. She's like, so how do you like your car? Or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I love it. I love these Teslas. And then there was some kind of a silence. And so I kind of felt like she wanted to talk more. Like, cause, so I usually don't get political, right? I don't like to get political, but I don't know. I just felt like, it was okay. So, I didn't really get political. This isn't really political, but I think I said, I love the cars, but I hate the owner of the company, is what I said. And then that opened up this whole conversation. And she was like, yeah, I know, I hear you. And I'm like, yeah, it really does create this conflict in me, because I love these cars, but I fucking hate Elon Musk. I don't think I said fucking, actually. And then she's like, yeah, I know, or something like that. So I'm thinking that she's like a fellow Democrat, but at some point the conversation took a real turn where all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, she's not a Democrat, she's a fucking maggot. Because I don't know, she started talking a little bit about Musk, and then she goes, and then I was like, just going, yeah, I'm gonna at this point, I don't know, I think I'd already deactivated my X account. I think I said, yeah, I'm deactivating X because of all the stupid shit that Musk was doing, and and now he's sending all this money to Trump and everything. And then she's like, okay, I know, so yeah, I know you're a Democrat, right? And I'm like, yeah, And then she started saying like, well, you know Biden's gonna lose, right? And I was like, no. And then she's like, how do you figure? She goes, that he's got I don't know, dementia or whatever. I don't know if she said dementia. She said, he's got like cognitive problems or something like that. And so I just go, well, I just go, but you're willing to overlook all of the shit that Trump says. And she's like what? What does he say? And I go, have you listened to him? Have you listened to all the just nonsense rambling that he does, all this stupid rambling and word salad speeches and all the bumbling he makes. He bumbles people's names all the time. And she was like, no. So I have a feeling she hasn't even watched any of Trump's speeches or whatever. But she's seen maybe a few clips of Biden. And so she's ready to make this big, analysis or whatever that Biden is the one that needs to, Biden is cognitively in decline or whatever. And so I go, and then she says, hey, look, I'm a nurse, she says. And I know someone who is in cognitive decline when I see it. She goes, she goes, he's got a neurological problem, And then I was just thinking, as she was saying that, I was thinking, you're a nurse, you're not a neurologist, for God's sakes, But I didn't say that because I'm trying to keep it civil, in the car. I don't want to, get too crazy. So I'm just kind of going on about, Trump being, how Republicans or people on the right are willing to overlook all of Trump's gaffes, but when Biden has a gaffe and he has a problem with the stuttering, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's got to go. I go, it's very, very lopsided here. It's very much a double standard, And then I think that's when she said, well, I'm a nurse and I know and all this kind of stuff. And then at some point she was like, okay, so tell me, because we were almost getting to the destination. So she's like, tell me one good thing that Joe Biden has done, So then I go, well, he's the Inflation Reduction Act, the Chips and Science Act. And then before I get anything else, she goes, well, it wasn't working. It's not working. We have high inflation. And then I'm like, our inflation is like at 3% now. And even during Biden, it was still the lowest of all these industrialized nations in the world. Some of them had 20% inflation. And we never got anywhere near that. And now we're down to like normal levels of inflation. So I think it did work. And she's like, no, that's not true. She goes, that's not true. And I go, well, you look it up. It's very easy to look it up. And she's like, no, it's not true. It's not true. And I go, and wages have been outpacing inflation. I go, we've got the best economy we've had in 50 or 60 years. The stock market has doubled. And everything I said, she goes, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And I go, well, you can look it up. It's very easy to look up. The Bureau of Labor Stats or whatever. I go, there's all kinds of government things where you can look up and all the stats are there. And she's like, no, that's not true. And then we were pulling up to her she was going to a bar with meet some friends, And then she goes, but it's kind of funny. Then she goes like, now you're not going to give me a 1-star rating because, I don't know if she said because I'm MAGA. I think she said because I'm MAGA. I think that's what she said. And I go, no, I go, no, I don't do that. You're 5 stars. You're going to get 5 stars, And she's like, oh, okay. And then she goes, well, here's your tip. And she gave me a $3 cash tip, It was kind of a short ride, so $3 was completely, appropriate. And so we kind of had a good laugh. And I said, okay, have a good time with your friends. And she's like, thank you. And she got out. But this is the thing, man. I mean, they don't know what Trump says. They don't know or they refuse to admit that the economy is fucking booming and doing great. What they do listen to Trump, because Trump is the one, he says the opposite of everything. This is the worst economy in history. This is the worst inflation ever. This is the worst unemployment ever. They believe that shit, but they won't believe the statistics. So that was a little touch of MAGA, in my car. And it was interesting. And she was nice. We had it was pleasant. We had a pleasant thing. But it was interesting to get the side of that from a real actual Trump supporter. And who knows, maybe I said something that would cause her to maybe actually look up some shit. I don't know. But she probably went into the bar with her friends and she probably went like, hey, my Uber driver, he's fucking crazy. He's a fucking Biden fucking Democrat liberal. He's one of those liberals. Fucking, woohoo. It's probably what she did, but who knows? Who knows? Janelle says that's what they want. They are trying to make Biden look bad when they know Trump is the big dummy. Donald Leary, same talking points. Fox, I spoke with my nephews last night. Yeah, they just repeat those talking points. PB, the stock market doesn't help that many people anymore, but that's not the point. It's because Trump brings up the stock market. He's the one that said the stock market was going to crash as soon as Biden took office, and it didn't crash. And it did the exact opposite. See, that's the point. Is the opposite, almost the opposite of almost everything Trump says is what's going on. That's the point. Big hook. If it isn't obvious already, Trump is a madman, and the GQP is a bought billionaire fascist takeover machine bent on destroying democracy. Yep. In a hype? I haven't seen In a Hype before, but thanks for being here. Good to see you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you would. That would be great. Says, turns out the media has given her neurological bias. Yeah, I think you're right on that one there. Here's MJ Daniel with some more facts here. Bringing back manufacturing to the USA, at least 750 good jobs to Dalton, Georgia alone. MTG's district. Say thank you, Marge. MJ Daniel, that's a great point. We are getting jobs back that we thought we would never get back. Even Obama said those jobs are gone and not coming back. I remember him saying that when Obama was president. Joe Biden has brought them back. And with no thanks to the MTGs of the world, they vote against these bills, and then these things, but they get passed, and then they get jobs to their districts, and then they take credit for it, even though they voted against it. So people of Marge's district, you need to know if you're getting a bunch of great jobs in your area there, it was no thanks to MTG. It was no thanks to Marge. You should know that. So when you're voting, you should know what you're voting for. You're voting for a fucking lying piece of shit in MTG. Westwood PB, I have pension and retirement, but yeah, your 401ks, if your 401k is kicking ass, I think you could probably say thank you to the big Biden boom. Donald Leary says, my nephew didn't know about anything that someone did in the past. I don't know. MJ now, seizures on the border are up. That means they are doing their job. Yeah, they're doing their job. They're getting those drugs, and or whatever they're stopping people, right? As old as in everything is hyperbole with Trump. It's not just hyperbole though. It's the exact opposite of the truth. There's a difference. I know he's hyperbolic, but it's not just hyperbole. It's a complete 180 from the truth. Butterflies are free. Butterflies are free. That's why it's a cult. Hello, by the way, first time here. Hey, butterflies for free. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. That's where we're at. We're in the driver's lounge. Well, West Webb, I did not see anything going down in my 5-star rating. Thank you very much. I'm a 5-star driver, and there was a little graph. It won't say exactly who rated me or whatever, but it gives me, I think, the last 500 trips, and it'll say what the ratings are. And if all of a sudden I got like a lower rating, I would see it on the chart, and then I would be able to go, oh, god damn it, I bet you that was Sue or whatever her name was. It wasn't Sue, by the way. I just made that up. But just in case there's any Sues that happen to be watching and they happen to be a writer, I'm not talking about you, Sue. But Sue's not here either. That was all made up to protect anonymity. But yeah, as far as I know, got the 5-star. She gave me a 5-star. Either that or she didn't give me a rating at all, but I don't know. Mish says the nurse should be aware of insulin pricing. Right, another great thing that Joe Biden's done. Reduce the cost of insulin for seniors to what, $35 a month or whatever it is? CN says the turd is turning everything around and using the Dems talking point. Yes, exactly, CN. You were so smart over there in the Netherlands. Donald Leary, notification from VP of Massachusetts. Be right back. Oh, from VP? Kamala? Let us know what Kamala has to say and tell her we said hi. Send Kamala our love here at the Trucker John channel. MJ Daniel says, a long list of good accomplishments. You have to be a delusional fool to ignore them, and MAGA are enormous fools. And they had the nerve to call me foolish. When I was at the Trump rally in Vegas here a couple months ago, they were surrounding me and they were calling me foolish. And I said, who's the greater fool? The fool? No, I didn't say any of that, but I was trying to think of some witty comeback, and then I decided I'm getting the fuck out of here before I get my ass kicked. And by the way, I will never go to a Trump rally again, I don't think. Now that there's shooters on premises. And now that they're allowing shooters on premises, I don't know if I want to ever go to one of those ever again. Although I do suspect that the security will be a little more vigilant at all future outdoor Trump rallies. And he may not have an outdoor Trump rally from now on, even though he might have to. He might not want to, but he might have to, or because he's too cheap to spend the money. Or he doesn't have the money. The supposed billionaire, right? Hey, Kitty K's here. Kitty K. I've never seen Kitty K before. Thanks for being here, Kitty K. In the old driver's lounge says, even though you might not any stock, even though you might not have any stock, it affects everything. If it crashes, everyone is affected. I know that, and I don't have any stock. That's right. We've had stock market crashes that were pretty devastating to the overall economy. That's for sure. And like Wes said earlier about pensions, pension funds, and I mentioned 401ks. Those, you've got like mutual funds. A lot of those have funding through stock market mutual funds. And like I said, if you've got a 401k now or even one of those pensions, you're probably kicking some ass. Butterflies are free. Democracy over autocracy. I'm voting blue. Thank you very much. I am too. Butterflies are free. Absolutely. You want to save democracy? You vote blue. If you want to bring on Gilead and the Handmaid's Tale and autocracy and dictatorship, then you vote the other way. It's really that simple. Don O'Leary, Kamala 320 remarks. I don't know what that means. Satch? Okay, well, we got a troll. Troll alert! Troll alert! Troll alert! Troll alert! And you are on very thin ice because if you're gonna put that, I don't mind people having different opinions. If you got some other opinion that's fact-based, bring it on, and we will discuss it. But if you're gonna just put fucking horse shit like that, nonsense and lies like that, then you will be removed, motherfucker. Lindsay Hendricks says, right? And then Lindsay Hendricks, I don't think I've seen Lindsay before either, so welcome. I don't think you're a troll, hopefully. Let me read what he said. It says, right, it's a massive talking point on Fox News regarding Biden's cognition, him failing, sir. Yep. Thanks, Lindsay, for being here. By the way, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Unlike the person right before you, who's really not welcome. Like I said, if you have a different opinion, different point of view, fine, bring it on. But if you're just going to put in just stupid nonsense horseshit that's untrue and a total lie, then you are not long for this chat. Mish says, my daughter-in-law is a NICU, natal intensive care nurse and a bleeding heart liberal. Well, good for her. That is that's a heck of a job, taking care of them babies that need extra care, right? Licorice has your troll change. I think we're getting new trolls as we grow. We're at 1,968, I believe, subs. On the last show that we did, when we started, we were at like 1909 or something. So we've got like 60 new subs just since the last show. So thanks to you guys for watching and you're subscribing, you're sharing the show. You guys are helping us to grow. So I want to thank you all for that. Now here's Paul Sharkey, man, and he's from England, but when I read his post, he gets what I call the cowboy voice. Hello, TJ and truckers. Hope all is well. I asked a question earlier about Trump divulging sensitive naval information yesterday. All he's got left is to try and scare people. That was from Paul Sharkey Mannion from England. I know England people don't talk this way, but for some reason, he's getting a cowboy voice. Roxanne Arfield says, you are disgusting, and you know it, Snatch. In a hype says, liberal justice denotes a political and social philosophy that promotes individual rights, civil liberties, democracy, and free enterprise. I agree with that. I guess I'll agree with that, yeah. Sounds good. Butterflies are free says, there's been a lot of jobs available in New York because of the infrastructure bill, according to New Yorker. Right. These infrastructure bills, these Chips and Science Act is bringing computer chip manufacturing to the United States, which for years has been done offshore, Taiwan and China and all these other places. We're bringing them here, and these are good fucking high-paying jobs. And these are superior made chips that are going to be made here in the U.S., not some cheap fucking China shit. I mean, just for that alone, Joe Biden should be reelected. Lindsay Hendricks, first time here too. Welcome, Lindsay. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. It's refreshing to hear others talking and thinking like this. It's a shame that MAGA bases how they interact with others based upon political party or ideology. Thanks for being here, Lindsay. I appreciate you. Butterflies are free. Trumpers are like zombies. They're sycophants. They are sycophants. They are sycophants. They are. So much so. Donald Leary says, what I hear, if they are doing okay, my nephews, even my high school friend, don't think Project 2025 will affect them. And they are mistaken. Because even if and by that I don't know what the the makeup is as far as if they're Caucasian or whatever. But if you're like me, okay, I'm Caucasian. I'm a white male Caucasian, and I might feel pretty safe about Donald Trump if he wins re-election. But all they gotta do is look at my history, my internet history, and they will instantly put me on some sort of list, because I am not a friendly. I am anything but a friendly. I fucking hate Donald Trump, and I do not like the Republican Party, and never have, ever since I was a kid. I've never liked the Republican Party. So I would be on some sort of list. I'm not safe. And I guess unless you are just a white, Christian nationalist, who believes in no civil rights, no equal rights, no bodily autonomy, none of that. And unless you're that, then you're not safe. And even then, who knows? It's a very narrow group, right? That's going to be so-called safe. Safe. All right, so I'm just skipping down. We got, hey, Hugger Greeters here. Good to see Hugger Greeter Teresa. Thanks for being here. Marie Jean Greco is here. Hello, Marie. Good to see Marie. I haven't seen Marie in a while. Tim Farrell, I think our second Tim is here. I love George Conway's new project. If you have not seen what he is doing, check it out. I have not seen what he is doing. I did watch a clip, however, I think, a short clip that he put out. Maybe someone else was playing it, and I was just sort of hearing it in the background. I know he's making his presence. MJ Daniel says, I shake my head and roll my eyes. There's no debating with them. Paul Sharkey Mannion, after all, I had to sign the official secret act when I left the Army. Don O'Leary says, your bravery is appreciated. Laughing out loud. Well, yeah. So brave. I like to think of it more as a bit of stupidity, but whatever. Butterflies are free, says, those Trumpers are violent and many are criminals like the ones that stormed the Capitol. They are insurrectionists. They are traitors. Absolutely. Isolde Zinn says, I live in a red state and I could not stomach talking to the kind of people who attend Trump rallies. I know, it's hard. It's hard, and you're probably better off not in most cases. But, like I said, like the lady I talked to, I did feel like I could have a conversation with her, and it was pretty kind of interesting. At the rally, it was a little bit different. Because they were in numbers, and I was like the only fucking liberal that I know of, other than Hal, who was there also. But I never ran into him. He was actually inside the secured area. I didn't go in the secured area, even though I did have a ticket to go in. I just didn't feel like waiting in line. But anyhow, the line did move pretty fast. I probably could have gotten in line and could have been inside the deal. Although I'm not sure if they would let me bring my gimbal in. And unlike Hal, I'm not going to leave my gimbal laying around. I wouldn't have thought to stash it, because Hal didn't bring a gimbal, but he brought a selfie stick, like a retractable selfie stick, and they wouldn't let him bring that in. So he stashed it behind a trash can. And when he came out, it was still there. I don't think I would do that with my gimbal, because my gimbal is a little bit more expensive than a selfie stick. You know what I mean? Hooker Greeter says, TG, I agree about some trolls go too far. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you want to debate some issues, fine. But if you're just gonna drop horse shit in here, then we don't take your horse shit. Lindsay Hendricks says, you're correct, first time here, liked and subscribed already. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think Jolie may have, I haven't seen any more posts by that person. Jolie, I don't know if Jolie got broomed him or not, but I was willing to give that person another chance. But, you know, we don't need that kind of shit in here. Like I say, I guess I'm probably beating a dead horse now. Like, yeah, I don't mind having a conversation about from the other side, if you want to have a real conversation. And not just drop these stupid horse shit Republican talking points or whatever it is, you know. West Webb, don't go straight to politics, find out about them, how they came here, blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Ugly Greeter says, Paul Sharkey, man, you know Lincoln actually was a conservative Republican. Oh, I skipped down, so I don't know what Paul Sharkey Mannion said about Lincoln. Oh, I see, Snatch, okay. I did like that movie, though, Snatch. That Brad Pitt movie. It was a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie, I'd say. Beep. Paul Sharkey Mannion. Ha! That's all right, mate. But Lincoln compared to Trump. Yeah, there really is no comparison. West Webb, Grandpa never had a good word to say about any of the goddamn Democrats. Well, your grandpa, may he rest in peace. I'm not going to say any more. Hey, the Mr. Zombified is here. Whoops. Large Ship Fab should have been here in the first place. And they weren't. And Joe Biden got him here. Thank you very much, President Biden. Butterflies are free. Have you discussed Project 2025? We've touched on that on some past live streams. I have posted in the past a little, just a sort of a bullet point thing that I got off of Kathy Griffin back when I was still on X, which I'm not anymore. But here is this Project 2025, some bullet points of the things that it does. Takes away reproductive freedom nationwide. So nationwide abortion bans, all that stuff. No contraception, no IVF. I don't know what IVF has to do with abortion. Uses presidency for revenge on Trump's political and personal enemies. Yeah, Trump says, he's the retribution, right? Terminates the Constitution. They do not like the Constitution because they do not like democracy. They just want autocracy, as long as the autocrat is their guy, right? Consolidates power in the Oval Office. So there is no equal branches of government. It'll all be from the Oval Office. Guts democratic checks and balances on presidential power. Making the president a king, basically. Gives handouts to the ultra-wealthy, paid for by working families. Just continuing to just cut their taxes to zero for the ultra-wealthy, being paid for on the backs of the working people. Put more guns in schools through arming teachers. Yeah, their solution to everything is more guns. It's always more guns. And we've seen over and over again that more guns don't work. It didn't work in Uvalde. It didn't even work in this goddamn Trump rally. They had guns all over the fucking place with the Secret Service snipers and cops and state police. It didn't fucking do a goddamn thing. Build huge camps to detain suspects, illegal immigrants, while they await to be cruelly deported and rip families apart. Yeah, they'll just continue to just not care about having any type of asylum claims seen, just tearing families apart. They're just heartless and cruel, you know. It's like what you see in the movies. When you see these authoritarian countries where everything is just heartless and cruel, you know. That's what they want to bring on. Reinstating the ban on patriotic transgender Americans serving in the military. Yeah, they're just going to attack transgender folks relentlessly. Dismantling the Department of Education and attempting to claw back Biden's student loan forgiveness. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Basically destroy public education. Of course, all the rich people, they will still have their rich, fancy schools that they can send their kids to. Everyone else, they have to fend for themselves, apparently. And maybe you could do homeschooling, but kind of hard to do when everyone has to work 2 jobs or whatever, you know. And also, they don't like the loan forgiveness. They're going to say, fuck that. No loan forgiveness for you. Roll back all the progress we've made on tackling climate change. And we are about probably this close to reaching the point of no return on that, if we keep heating the planet up. So anyhow, that's some Project 2025 stuff, some bullet points. I have not read the thing myself. I probably should. But we do need to make it known that this is the Trump. He calls it what they. I don't know if they call it Project 47 or whatever the fuck it is, but it's basically the same thing. Hey, Adolf Twitler's here. It says the same people who are wearing Trump pawns on the side of their heads were convicted, or were convinced. I'm sorry, my bad. A lot of them that were at the Trump, at the RNC were also convicted. But anyhow, were convinced that the Chinese created COVID to stop Trump from winning the election. Also, they say COVID is fake. Yeah, they say a lot of shit. A lot of stupid shit. But Adolf Twitler, thanks for being here. Good to see you in the driver's lounge. Wayne Thompson's here. Good to see Wayne. I thought Trump would have Stilson moment. Then he did at the RNC Stilson character from Stephen King movie. Oh, The Dead Zone. Oh, well, yeah. I'm really foggy on that. I know. I remember what happened in The Dead Zone, but I'm not sure if I know exactly what you're talking about. I just remember the end result. West Webb, go to the beach, folks. Leave all sorts of stuff, clothes, shoes, drinks, at the edge of the sand. It always stays there. I don't know what you're talking about, Wes. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I skip a lot of your posts, because they're fucking nonsensical. Anyhow, Big Hook. Biden needs to remove the tax-free exemption from all the churches. If they are going to play politics, then tax the crap out of them. Supreme Court claimed to be extensions of them, so tax them. Yeah, we always talk about that, and, you know, I mean, I agree in theory, but, you know, whatever. I'm skipping West Webb because he says nonsensical stuff. Let's see, we got Melissa Jane. Hey, Melissa Jane from Down Under. I've not seen MJ in like forever. forever. Good to see Melissa Jane here from down under. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Melissa Jane's got her own channel too, you guys. You can check her out. She's down there in Australia. Paul Sharkey Mannion. I think his brush with death has affected Trump. I hope it fries his brain. It wouldn't take much to do that, though. You know what? People were saying, like, it's changed him. Like a lot of these commentators, oh, he seems serene now. No, he's still the same. He's still the same douchebag. Maybe even worse as far as the rambling. I mean, my God, he put everyone to sleep in that 2.5 hour speech or whatever. But he's still the same, you know, worthless piece of shit that he's always been. Sarah Erickson is here. I want to talk about an Australian millionaire, about how an Australian millionaire can start a right-wing propagandist network. I think she's talking about Rupert Murdoch, that spews lies and becomes news for an entire segment of the population. Help me understand. Well, Sarah, thanks for being here, first of all. I don't think I've seen you here before. I want to say hello, and I want to welcome you to the Driver's Lounge. And I hope you like and subscribe and share. But the answer to that question is you start off small and you do it and you're very patient and you gotta go chunk by chunk by chunk. Rupert Murdoch started off, I don't know exactly where he started off, but I know he bought a publication in England, a newspaper publication, and he got very very famous because in this newspaper publication, I believe, if I remember correctly, there would be, I think, either nude or very close to nude, like centerfolds in a newspaper. And Paul Mannion, maybe you can back me up on this, but. So I think that's where Rupert Murdoch started. He got this. It might have been the Sun or something. I don't know. But in England, and from there he branched out. And he started getting into television, and you know, and it just grew from there. And it took some time. It really wasn't like an overnight thing. I mean, it probably took, maybe a decade or two before it really started becoming this. Really influential thing, especially here in America with Fox News and all that. But, you start somewhere, and by golly, if you got determination, you're just, and you got that hard work ethic that you're gonna just take over the world and destroy democracy one publication at a time and one continent at a time, then by golly, you could do it. And that's what Rupert Murdoch did. And there's a place in hell waiting for him, right next to Rush Limbaugh and Hitler and a few others, I'm sure. Don O'Leary says, bet convicted felon DJ T and rapist is golfing today and church tomorrow. F no way. Yeah, I doubt Trump's going to church tomorrow. Unless you count golf as church. Some people do count golf as being church, I think. As old as in, who are these suspects? I don't know what that's about. But they're probably usual. Hugger Greeter says, my daughter is against guns and said would never buy one. If she's a teacher and Trump wins and Project 2025 goes into effect, she might not have a choice. Or her choice might be either you carry a gun to class or we're going to send you to a re-education camp. Butterflies are free. I keep thinking of Elton John whenever I see your profile name, I guess it is. It's crazy. Project 2025 is about control. Now I'm thinking Janet Jackson. They are lying about everything. Lies, 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 lies are about control, in my opinion. Amongst other things, but yeah, it is all about control. They want to control because you have to have control if you're going to run an autocracy. 56 English, wherever our kindness exists, stay woke. Alrighty. Well, alrighty then. Hugger Greeter says, my foolish Trump-supporting sister is for guns, as in being, in favor of guns, and has one, and said no one is going to take away her right to own a gun. Ain't going to take away my right. I guess based on Heller, if we're going to do that, because Heller is existing law, we could say, yeah, she has a right to protect herself. But even old Antonin Scalia, even he said there are limits. There are limits to what you can have and what you can do. Even Scalia even though he totally reinvented the interpretation of the Second Amendment, even he said that there are limits. I guess he was like, he's like, oh shit, I'm trying to help you out, gun manufacturers. I'm trying, the NRA, I'm trying to help you guys out, but I'm not going to let them carry bazookas. All right? I'm not going to say they can carry nuclear bombs and flamethrowers. All right? So even he put some limits on it. Mish says, heading out. Hugs for everyone who may want or need one. I need one, Mish. I need a hug. I need my hug. I need my Mish hug. Much love, peeps. All right, Mish. Enjoy your day. And we will see you on the next one, I'm sure. Azolda Zen says, I'm especially annoyed by the people who say, I have no problem with trans people, but I don't want to support them with my tax dollars. You obviously do have a problem with them. And, I mean, what's the tax dollars that the trans are getting, anyhow? I mean, any more than anybody else. I mean, Donald Leary says, Hucker Greeter, take a my nephew from Fargo thinks I need a gun. No thanks. A fireplace pick will do fine. Yeah. I don't have a gun, and I feel completely fine. Hugger Greeter says, hi again. I was gone. I had something in the oven baking. It's chocolate croissants. I want one now. I want a chocolate croissant. A croissant. May I have your croissant, please? Cisco is here at Greeter TK. Hey, I own a shotgun, but I store it at my brother's house. It ain't gonna do you much good over there. My dad always told me that the best thing for home protection is a shotgun. And my dad wasn't a big gun nut, by the way. We did own a couple of rifles, but we weren't big gun nut people. But this conversation about guns and about taxes, of course, and about Social Security and Medicare, and back then welfare was a term used a lot back in the 70s, early 70s, I guess. All these things were going on back then too. And the question about guns and the rights to own guns would come up, and my dad would just say, "Hey, best weapon for home protection is a shotgun." And I agree. You want to have a gun for home protection, get yourself a shotgun. I would rather, that's better than an AR, which, you might be shooting at someone breaking into your house, and you might you might hit a neighbor that's like a mile down the road. probably won't happen with a shotgun. And you'll probably actually hit the person with the shotgun. Anyhow, Cisco, I haven't shot it in years. I hope it's. Then you better clean it every now and then, because you might not want to shoot it. As old as it says, his Motang brain was already fried. Motang, bring back the Motang, whatever. And he tells off. Roxanne Arfield is Project 2025 is a fascist handbook. It's straight out of the fascist handbook. You got that right. You sure got that right. You sure got that right. Hugger Greeter says, remember everyone, a zebra doesn't change its stripes, so the orange turd DJT will not either. Yeah, he's going to be an orange striped zebra forever. Hey, there's Suzanne for a second. I had to take a nap. I had a large breakfast. And that could sometimes put you in sleepy mode. Paul Sharky Man, he says, what about the new ear bandage craze? How sad. Yep, we talked about that earlier. That's a cult. They're in a cult. They're in a little culty. A little culty. Kind of just skipping down a little bit. Try to get a little bit caught up here. Hey, Kitty K is here. Says cruelty is the point. Hey, Kitty K, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share. And welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Paul Sharky Mannion says he bought a daily newspaper called The Sun. Yeah, that's what I thought. Which is a Tory rag. And Tories are the bad guys, by the way, for you Americans. He went on to buy other newspapers and created Sky Sports. Yeah, see, that's it. He bought these papers. He branched out and kept buying them up, paper by paper. And then he got into TV and started getting TV stations, and station by station. And he just built it up to the point where now he's Rupert Murdoch. Big Hook says Maxwell Empire in Britain brought us Piers Morgan. That is Ghislaine's father? Wait a minute. He committed suicide on a yacht, and Piers Morgan did not commit suicide. Or are you talking about Maxwell? I don't know. Oh, Maxwell Empire. Oh, Maxwell is Ghislaine's. Okay, now, okay. You know, you guys got to watch your sentence structure. But anyhow, his paper was same formula. He sold pinched up. Okay, yeah, Maxwell. That's Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. All righty then. So they're all just a bunch of rich scumbags, basically, is what you're saying. Butterflies are free. Hugger Reader says pigs do not fly, so Trump is not religious. Just trying to make a point here is all. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. But welcome. You're welcome. Hugger Reader goes on to say, I'm reading chats in case people don't know. This is from Hugger Greater TK. What is strange? My sister never before owned a gun. I think it's due to when DJT was president, she got a gun. It could be that stuff that could be influential. Paul Sharky Mannion says trans people just want to be treated the same as everybody else. Simple as that. So does everybody. Everybody just wants to be treated as everyone else, as long as everyone else is being treated, fairly and good, right? Nick Rich says, it's nice to hear your thoughts, Hugger Greeter. We all love the greetings, but getting the inside scoop is fabulous. It's so fabulous. It's fabulous. Hugger Reader says, you're welcome, Nick Rich. I get my moods sometimes when I want to voice my opinion. I can here, but not with my two sisters when it comes to politics. Yes, Hunger Reader, your opinions are always welcome here. In a Hype says Project 2025 is basically Germany 1925. I'm inclined to think Trump's dad loved Adolf. Probably. I think, wasn't Fred Trump recorded, well, was he a Nazi group or a KKK? I don't know. I can't get them. They're pretty much the same. But butterflies are free. Thanks for the sub. Kitty K says dictators don't allow guns when they're in power. Something to think about, folks. All you righties out there. You talk about Democrats trying to take your guns away. Just wait till if Donald Trump gets in power. Butterflies are free. Says when Trump 7 will be another J6, win or lose. Trump will never go away. If he loses this election, which I'm pretty confident that he will, he will go away. I believe he will go away. And he will go away to prison eventually. It might take a year or two, but he's going to go to prison if he's still alive. Of course. I mean, that sounds stupid. Of course, if he's still alive. If he's dead, he's not going to prison. And by dead, I just mean like a heart attack or something. I'm not talking about violently. Paul Sharkimani says, can't understand why these people are so interested in other people's sexuality or gender. It just, because it gives them something to run on. They create this hatred of the other, and then it gives them some sort of a fake issue to run on. They build up this fear and this hatred. That's what the Republican Party is built on, is fear and hatred. Pamela says that Paul Sharkimanian, they are jealous that others have a normal sex life. And they're probably just jealous that that they're out and living their best lives. And so many of these fuckers are closeted and they're just jealous. Like, gee, I wish I could just live my life. You know, the grinder at around Wisconsin, I guess overloaded or whatever, during RNC. Hunger Greeter says, my daughter truly hates DJT. It's terrible that she was unhappy when the assassination tip on him did not work. She said, now we still have to deal with him. Yeah, but still, in the long run, I understand that sentiment. I kind of had those feelings too a little bit, but in the long run, it's good that it didn't work, because then it would be, no matter who the shooter was, even though the shooter was a registered Republican, the maggots and everything would just be, claiming that it was Biden that did it or had, put it up. It would just be a total mess. So it's probably good that he didn't get it. You know what I mean? Paul Strugman, I'm glad we haven't got guns in every other house. DJT will be on the courtrooms until his dying day. Hunger Greeter says, my house is gun-free zone. Do not believe in having guns in our house. And that's good. That's good, because statistically, if you have a gun in your house, I forget the statistic, but you are so many X times more, a greater chance that you will be shot, and probably by that gun, right? It's some sort of stat. Maybe one of you guys can help me with that. As Olazin says, Paul Sharkimanian, acceptance of gay and trans people makes it harder for men to control women. Here we are back to the control issue again. Alvin Stoops says MAGA would have said Biden did it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. Hey! Hello, everybody. Did someone say they wanted the purple beard guy to show up? I know that was like an hour ago, but I'm here. I'm here. I hope everybody's having a good time. I want to say, hey, thanks for everybody for showing up. We got a lot of people here. Got a lot of new faces in the crowd. In case you guys haven't ever seen me, I'm Paul, the purple beard guy. I know it's a long name and I can't even say it myself. But anyhow, I just want you guys to know I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good. You know, we got to feel good. And I see on the thing here, we got the Project 25 and we got the people with the things on the ears and all that. But hey, man, you know, that's just the way it goes, man. I mean, we're going to vote like crazy. We're going to vote like crazy in November. Have you guys heard of a thing called Rovember? It's going to be Rovember like you'll always remember. And so we're going to kick Trump's ass. Oh, I know I'm speaking a bit harshly. It's a bit harsh language there, but you know, sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you just got to let it flow. You let those harsh words flow. Release it. Just release it, and you're gonna feel good. You'll feel better for it. And that's what I want. I'm feeling better. I want you guys to feel better. All right. So just remember, Rovember. That's like a play on words about Roe and about the Supreme Court, of course, you know, overturning Roe. And so there's going to be a really huge turnout of women and men who love women who are enraged about that. So Rovember is going to carry the day. All right. I believe it in my heart. And excuse the harsh language. I know I got a little harsh there, but sometimes, doggone it, you just got to get a little harsh. You know, that's just the way it goes. You want harsh? I'll show you harsh. Fuck yeah! You want some harsh language? You motherfuckers! I'll give you some harsh language. God damn it! Hey, look, I don't want to hear any more of this crying about Trump and all this shit. We're going to kick Trump's ass. We're going to kick his ass so much. They ain't going to have an ass when we're done when we're done with him. That's right. You think, hey, Joe Biden got what, over 81 million votes last time in 2020. You think they're all of a sudden they're not going to vote? Whereas Trump got, I don't know, what did he get? 70 million? 71 million? A lot of those people died and have been dying of COVID. A lot of those people have peeled away. And they're not going to vote for anybody. All right? So you want some harsh fucking language? Just make sure you vote, goddammit. Vote blue. No matter who. And we will kick Donald Trump's ass right into a prison cell. That's right. You heard it from old Cookie right here, old Tough Cookie. They don't call me Tough Cookie for nothing, you know. All right. Back to you, Trucker John. All right. Sometimes these guys just jump in. They hijack the show. But anyhow, that gives me a little break, you know, a little potty break or something. Kitty K says maggots will be maggoty. Maggots will not be gone after dump. Vance is only 39 years old, probably 25, will live on in the future. I think that, yeah, he's only 39, but I don't think this is a very good career choice for him. Once this ticket loses, I really don't think we're going to see Vance around politically. And I think the Republican Party will have to do a complete turnaround and revamping. They might be just as shitty as they've always been, but they're not going to have. I don't think they're gonna broom out all of the maggots and all of the Trumpers and everything. I think, but who knows? Hey, non-useful's here. Says my Biden-Harris sign was stolen from my yard this morning. Oh, that sucks. Hey, non-useful. By the way, good to see you. Might be the first time I've seen you over here. I know I've seen you over at Tara Devlin's and other places in the chat rooms. So good to see non-useful. Thanks for being here. And that's a bummer about your sign, about your yard sign. That sucks. Hooker Greeter is heading out. Got to go to dinner and get some prescriptions. So thank you to Teresa for being here. Good to see you. We'll see you on the next one. Alba Stew, dip you in milk, you'll soften up. Yeah, that's one of Tough Cookie's big fears. When Tough Cookie sees a glass of milk, he runs the other way. Believe me. I always say two was. I think I'm saying it. Am I saying it right? Two was. Thanks for being here, by the way. It says Silicon's oligarchs want to turn America's government into a dictatorship so they can be oligarchs. The Silicon oligarchs want to turn America's government into a dictatorship so they can be the oligarchs. Yeah. That seems to be the case with not only the Silicon oligarchs, but yeah. Yeah, like Elon Musk and stuff, yeah. Paul Sharkimanian question. What's the date of Trump's sentencing? I was talking about the Murdoch Empire earlier. Well, the sentencing was delayed, I think, until September. That was just for the, was it for the gag order violation? Or no, or was that for the 34 felonies, right? He never has been sentenced to that, huh? See what they do. That's what they do. They drag it out, and keep getting delays. And then you're like, hey, wait a minute, what has been done? I'm lost. But anyhow, I think it was rescheduled to September. CN says, bye everybody. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote blue. Good night. See ya. Thank you, CN, for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you. And we'll see you. My next regularly scheduled live stream is going to be on Tuesday morning. All right. A non-useful says, Zozen, I just bought an 8-foot-long Biden-Harris banner for my roof. Well, be careful, non-useful. It sounds like you're in some hostile territory there. So just watch your back, man. All right, CN. Good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Non-useful, and I'm prosecuting. Got the scum on camera. Wow, see, that's the thing that they forget. Like, there are a thing called cameras these days, and they're pretty cheap, relatively speaking, and people can put cameras all over the fucking place. It's like here, this apartment complex that I live at. We have a gate. We have a security gate, and you have to punch in a code or use your phone to open the gate, right? To get in. And there is someone, I don't know if it's a homeless person who likes to sneak in here, or if it's just someone who lives here who doesn't like to mess with the gate, but someone, I'm convinced, is continuously sabotaging our gate, because every time they fix it, it doesn't last a day before it gets broken again. Every single time they fix it. And right now, it's to the point where they're tired of fixing it, I think, and it's because it's just been stuck open for like 2 weeks. Because every time they fix it, and I know they've been putting a lot of money into it, because like it got rammed into, it got all kinds of shit. The little motor box, I saw them working on that one time. And my suggestion is, put a goddamn camera on that gate, and you'll see whoever's fucking with the gate. And then you fucking prosecute that motherfucker. That's what I would do if I fucking ran this place. Anyhow, Tuwa says, Americans have a choice. Choose President Biden for democracy or the intellect of 6-year-old boy Trump for a dictatorship. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope like you guys aren't getting any type of feedback on the audio because I'm hearing audio, and I usually don't hear it. Maybe I have it up louder than usual. I don't know. Let me know if the audio is okay. After an hour and 45 minutes, now I'm getting around to asking about the audio. Paul Sharkey says, Robert Maxwell bought the Daily Mirror newspaper, which is a labor paper, and he ripped off all the employees of their pensions. Creep. Yeah, these rich assholes are fucking creeps. Non-useful says, I have 46 Biden-Harris yard signs nailed up in my trees. Wow. I get it, because he's 46th president. MJ Daniels says, conservatives like Vance also believe not only abortion or contraceptives for women should be, I think he meant illegal. They do not believe in legal divorce for any reason. They want to drag the U.S. back to the 1800s. Yeah, this J.D. Vance is deplorable, as Hillary would say. I mean, and I really don't think Trump did himself any favors by picking him. Because if this is going to make, if just the November we had going already, if this didn't even feed into that, then I don't know what did. I mean, that's just throwing fuel on the fire, as far as I'm concerned, because everyone can see what a misogynist this motherfucker is, and worse, right? MJ Dell, yes, put a ring camera or something. You don't even they have surveillance cameras, regular surveillance cameras that you can get at Home Depot, or not Home Depot, but well, maybe Home Depot, but like Costco for a couple $100. Hey, look at there, non-useful, throwing in $5 on the super chat, I guess. Mein Gropen Führer is dying to be Eric Twitler. Thank you so much for that, non-useful. Thanks for the super sticker or super chat. I'm not sure. I guess it's super chat, right? Thank you so much for that. MJ Daniel. Oh wait, I read that one. Non-useful. I have a 250-foot long, I think, easement to the public road. Paul Shargamanian, Maxwell bought Oxford UTD Football Club, left them with massive debts. This Maxwell sounds like a just wonderful person. Pamela, John, it's in your ear. Are you talking about the my audio thing? It's not in my ear. I can hear it up there coming on my phone. Nick Rich, total surveillance everywhere. Big Brother, 1984 fiction. Non-useful, you'll be seeing me a lot. Well, thanks, non-useful. I do appreciate that. Appreciate you coming out and contributing to the chat and contributing with that super chat. And Pamela says yes. Yes to the audio's okay, I guess. MJ Daniel says, if you think women and girls past puberty should have to register their medical records with government databases, then by all means, vote MAGA. Yeah, that whole thing. And even, this is stuff that even Mike Pence, when he was like governor of Indiana, they were trying to were they trying to, I don't know if he succeeded in getting it passed, but they wanted to have women register their their periods and stuff, so that if so they can, I guess, monitor if they were pregnant or not or whatever. I mean, this goes back to Mike Pence, and Mike Pence has been sort of you know, what is it? I don't know, given a pass or something because of Jan 6 and how he didn't go through with the Jan 6 deal. But Mike Pence is a fucking piece of shit too. And this is the stuff that J.P. Mandels talks about, you know, otherwise known as J.D. Vance, about women having to, you know, register, you know, or share all of their if they're on a period or not. That is pretty invasive, you know. Pamela, the feedback noise is in your ear. Keep it up, TJ. Nick Rich says, great use of the space. Oh yeah, for non-useful, using that easement as his personal campaign area, he says. Don O'Leary says, yes, Mike Pence and a funeral for every baby who died from a miscarriage. We've talked about my mom's miscarriages. And it's sad enough, you know. We don't need to belabor the point by having a goddamn funeral for it, you know. Paul Sharkey, he got away with all of it. Then fell off his boat in Majorca. How convenient. Oh, one of those deals, huh? The old falling off the boat trick. Hey, there's Sarah Erickson. I haven't seen Sarah before. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, all that good stuff. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge, by the way. Sarah says, next question. Is Rupert Murdoch an American citizen, and can we deport him? I believe he's Australian, and I think he lives in Australia. Or at least has his main residence there. He probably has houses all over the world. But I don't know, Sarah. I'm not exactly sure, but I know he's Australian, and I think he lives a lot of the time down there. But could we block him from coming in if he goes back to Australia? Can we block him? Can we put him on a no-fly, no enter list or something? Azolazin says, if we are asked to send our period records, I will start buying bigger guns. Yeah, that's what they want, man. That's what the Republicans want. That's what the Trumpies want. The maggots want. That's what you're voting for if you vote for maggot. If you vote for Trump. MJ Daniel says the Republican states had bills written and ready for the Supreme Court Roe ruling. They knew it was coming and were prepared. I think the same is true for the database. Oh yeah, they've got it all lined up, ready to go. Non-useful says, vote MAGA so a whole host of debilitating diseases due to the abundance of air pollution will increase 200-fold. Oh, it's going to be, you know, Elon Musk said he's going to spend $45 million a month to the Trump campaign. I guess it would have to be through a super PAC because you can't donate that much directly to a candidate. I guess it's going to be to a super PAC. So what does Elon Musk think is going to happen if Trump wins? Trump does not like electric vehicles. He does not like green renewable energy, and he wants just full on, he's totally in the pocket of fossil fuel industry and big oil, right? So, my theory was that Musk was just trying to get the right winger crowd, the MAGA and all that, on his side so that they would buy his cars. because he knew that he already had the liberals. The liberals are all on board about electric vehicles and getting off of fossil fuels. So he has been trying to win them over by being anti-Semitic and racist and all this kind of shit and supporting Trump. I'm not sure if it's working because like I said, I had that passenger the other day who was MAGA, and she didn't seem to be on board with EVs or with Elon Musk either. So it's really weird. It's really, really weird that a rich oligarch like Elon Musk wants to get Trump elected, even though Trump is completely against EVs. Pink Lover says, who else thinks Nancy Pelosi is ruining her legacy? Yeah, I think so too. And the more I hear her talk, I'm just like, Nancy, please just retire before you completely fuck up your legacy. Just retire and shut the fuck up. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Paul Sharky Mannion says Murdoch is Australian, but he's probably got joint citizenship. I don't know if he has joint citizenship. You can live here. You can have your main house in Australia, and you can have a house here in America, and you can spend a certain amount of months here, and before you got to leave if you don't have a visa or whatever, right? And he probably has houses all over the world. He probably just goes from house to house to house. Nick Rich says, nobody needs $1 billion. You might want it. You might want it. Sarah Erickson says, medical question. Females get how many pregnancies, how many live births? It's weird. I think that with the Project 2025 people, they will want women to just pump out babies. Just be baby machines. Roxanne says, me for one pink lover. I don't know what that means. AJ Danny, I would say send DJT to Australia with Murdoch, but I would never do that to them. I like Australia. How about we just send DJT to prison? A nice little prison cell. I don't care if it's Leavenworth. I don't care. Just a nice little prison cell for the rest of his little miserable life. Alvin Stoop says, if Trump gets in, we'll be enemies of the state. Yeah, I've provided them with lots of evidence. Non-useful says, if MAGA wins, we will see the end of all marine life because the dumping of pollution levels will take over the everything. Non-useful as far as MAGA and the right-wingers, all of it. Marine life, forest life, foul. I mean, it's just all going to be fucked up. MJ Daniel says nearly every auto manufacturer is making electric and hybrids now. There is no reason to buy a Tesla. Other than the fact that Tesla is the best. But the others will catch up, hopefully. Non-Musil says, if MAGA wins, you can kiss any form of alternative energy goodbye and made illegal in this country. I don't know if they'll make it illegal, but they certainly won't incentivize it or help it in any way. 2-1 says, please note, a national IQ test will be held on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Riding with Biden. By the way, Nancy is 84 years old. She is older than President Biden. 81, shame. I just think, Nancy, why aren't you stepping down? You've had a long, storied career. You're not running for president. You're not going any further than what you've gone. And I feel fairly confident that your seat could be, filled by a Democrat. You're in California. You're in the Bay Area. I don't see why Nancy Pelosi is still running. I really don't. Joe Biden, on the other hand, is because we need Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is really the only one that we're seeing in the polls now that can beat Donald Trump. and we need them. We got to beat Trump. And to do that, we got to keep Biden in there. Nick Rich says 401 here. Got to leave the Truckers Lounge later. All right, Nick Rich, and we will be closing down here. We are right at 2 hours, so we will be ending the show real soon. But Nick Rich, thanks for being here. Always appreciate seeing you and appreciate your input. Butterflies are free, says Murdoch is 93. His racism deep, and he's had many years to refine the bigotry. Yeah. I suppose the good news is he's not going to be around much longer. Non-useful, I hate reading, but Project 2025 is so life-changing for all. It scared me into spending 2 weekends reading it. Oh, wow. So you read all of 960 pages or whatever, however many it was? Wow, non-useful. You should give us a little report. Not now, because I'm going to be shutting down, but maybe give us some insight on that. A little more insight, because I haven't read it. I've only read these bullet points and seen other videos kind of touching on it. Butterflies are free. Rupert has a penthouse in New York worth around 57 mil. Chump change. Sarah Erickson says, I'm wondering why Democrats don't say shit about Mitch Turtle stroking out on live television and not demanding he retire. Yeah, I know. It's always about the double standard, the hypocrisy. And you can understand that from maggots and even from the Republican Party, but I don't understand it from the goddamn media. Other than the fact that the media is owned by rich Republicans. So I guess I just answered my own question. MJ Daniel says, signs all over the RCN, mass deportation now. They are also planning mass arrest and have been saying so. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much dystopian. I see Handmaid's Tale so much every time I see about what, if I imagine what a second Trump presidency will look like. It's like Handmaid's Tale, but even worse because it's real life. Says, do you think President Biden has accepted more progressive policies and corporate Democrats don't like it? Well, he has. Definitely, Biden has been way more progressive than I ever thought he would be. And these corporate Democrats, maybe that's what it is, but fuck them. I mean, you can't dispute the fucking results of the big Biden boom, the Bidenomics. So maybe, I don't know, but what the fuck corporate Democrats are so upset about. I thought being corporate, you would like making profits. And they're making, big corporations are making record profits. They're making profits that have never been made before in the history of profits. So I don't get it. If they're pissed off because Biden's progressive, well, fuck them. You can't have everything. You can't have this great economy and then say, but we're not going to be, and by progressive, what is progressive? Is it, I don't know, because he wants to forgive student loans? I mean, I don't know. What the fuck? He might take pot off of the federal schedule, or whatever. What the fuck, man? MJ Daniel says, all this, Joe Biden needs to step down. BS is not helping. If they have concerns, at least keep them out of the damn news. Not helpful. Yeah, that shit needs to stop right now. Like I said, like you say, MJ, you can talk that shit behind closed doors. You don't put it out in the goddamn news media and make a big deal out of it. As old as in says, GTG, need to get my, got to go, I guess. Need to get my workout over with, and it's storming here. All right, as old as in, thank you so much. Like I said, we'll be ending the show here in a few minutes. It's getting hot, and my butt's starting to hurt. So that's two signs that it's time to end the show. Butterflies are free, says they want baby machines so they can indoctrinate them to be Christian nationalists, probably only white babies. Oh yeah, it'll be totally like a you know, a breeding farm or whatever, puppy farm. Like it'd be like a puppy mill, you know, just making white little. It's so fucking. You talk about. We always talk about, you know, the Third Reich and all that shit, and the master race. It's so much that like that. Dash says Chevron tuna and oil. Thanks, Dash, for being here. By the way, my news. I will do my best. Don O'Leary, don't mention Chuck Grassley, old as F. Yeah, he's in his 90s. Let's see. I'm just skipping down because we're going to end the show. I want to thank all you guys for being here. And you guys are all right. You're talking about, KISS regulations, food regulations, EPA, all that shit's going away. It definitely is. Like I've been saying for a while now, they don't want to take us back to the 1950s. They want to take us back to the 1850s. And in some cases, even earlier than that. But yeah, 2 says Bernie Sanders, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, they all support President Biden. Absolutely. MJ says AOC has a great rant on Instagram live supporting President Biden, and I saw part of that. I don't think I saw the whole thing, but I was watching part of it, and then I think I was charging my car last night, and then the charging was done, and I was like, I gotta go. I think it was last night, but anyhow, guys, my dealer's here. No, so I gotta get going. I can't hold my dealer up, man. We got to get going. Thanks everyone for being here, man. We got 89 thumbs up. So if you hadn't hit the thumb up, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and share. I want to thank look, Pink Lover. We got a super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for helping out the show, keeping us going. We've got also Non-Useful had a $5 super. I guess these are super chats. I'm so terrible at this. I don't know the difference between a super chat and a super sticker. I think Pink Lover, I think, is a super sticker, and Non-Useful was a super chat because it was a chat. And then Pink Lover has a little sticker with a nice little cute. I guess is that a kitty cat? With like painting a sign that says, does it say number one? Number one. My eyes. But thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the support and for hanging out with me and helping grow the show. We're up at 1,968 subscribers. Gosh, when I first started this, I had 0 when I first started. And but even like a year ago, we were at like less than 300, I think. And so now we're at 1968. We're going to get to 2,000 before you know it, and then and beyond. We're going to keep growing and growing, getting the message out about voting blue no matter who, riding with Biden, Biden-Harris 2024, all that good stuff. And I don't know, Mad Mac, I did not see Mad Mac here today, but Mad Mac on our last show had mentioned that, because at the ending I play a little ending video, and I had a thing in there that showed some of the members, and that was really an old list. And he was saying like, hey, you should update that. So I did update it. So if you want to watch the closing, there's a little update just saying thanks to all the members. We have over 100 members, 119 members, I think, or 16. Thank you to all the members. You guys keep this show going and growing, and hopefully we'll get bigger and better and badder and bouncier or whatever. And I'll see you guys Tuesday, the next scheduled thing. Now, sometimes I do impromptus. You never know. I might just pop up. So always keep the notification bell on and keep me in your thoughts, and maybe you'll see me. But our next regularly scheduled live stream is going to be Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Just remember, I am in the Pacific time, so just adjust accordingly to wherever you're at. And I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll see you guys in the chat rooms. I usually see you all the usual places, Hal Sparks and Randy Rhodes and Nicole Sandler and wherever. Tara Devlin. I'll see you guys in the chat rooms and I'll say hi and all that good stuff. But Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, right here on the Trucker John channel on YouTube. And I'll see you. And thank you guys so much. But you know what? I have to do this. I just gotta do it. I gotta go stretch. Because I do not want to pull a hamstring. Don't want to pull a hamstring. No. Not gonna do it. Don't want to do it.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John Kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We gonna come back